The vibe in Ghana during December is like no other. I hardly slept. Hey y'all, welcome to Travel Jewels TV and welcome to my very first travel vlog. I'm so excited to have you here. I am bringing you along my journey to Ghana during the historic year of the return. In 2019, it marked the 400th year since the first enslaved African arrived in Jamestown, Virginia. The Year of the Return was a year-long initiative hosted by the Ghana Tourism Authority, inviting African Americans and people of the African diaspora to reconnect and invest in the motherland. The Year of the Return attracted close to 1 million visitors to Ghana and helped to boost their economy by close to $2 billion. This was actually my second time visiting Ghana. My first time was during my 27th birthday, which was so much fun. But this was my first December in Ghana experience, which is a completely different vibe because during December, a lot of Ghanaians who live in the States or live in the UK, they come back to Ghana and they just turn up and it's just a lot of fun. So between Year of Return and December in Ghana, I had a blast. I arrived in Ghana, the airport was lit. The Christmas spirit lived on way past December 25th. We rented an Airbnb in the Osu area, which was really clutch because it's a convenient location. Our Uber bills were incredibly affordable. I'm talking about $2-3 for 15-minute rides. My mind was blown. I hardly slept. I probably average maybe 4-ish, 5 hours a night, which is crazy and surprising to me because I'm that sleepy friend. But it was something about the energy there that just kept me awake and just kept me ready for it all. We attended the majority of the major events, so Detty Rave, Afrochella, and Afronation, and there were a few lessons learned from each. First lesson: things hardly ever begin on time. Our first event was Detty Rave, and it was supposed to begin at 3. We got there at 7, and it still didn't start. Came back around 10ish, 11, and then it was popping. We didn't stay for too long. We watched some performances, and then we headed home to get ready to go out. That night, we went to Twist, which is a very popular club, and it was a lot of fun. It was crowded and sweaty, but literally, that's every place in Ghana in December. Lesson number 2, VIP may not be quite what you're used to. So our second major event was Afrochella, and we brought VIP tickets for Afrochella. Trying to get into the festival grounds, it was chaotic to say the least. Overall, I really enjoyed Afrochella. Everyone there was so fly. I enjoyed the outfits. It was a big reunion for me. So I saw people that I went to high school with that I haven't seen in years. I saw college people I haven't seen in years. So it was the best homecoming. I got some tribal painting. We took one of those cool like 365 video picture things. My only issue with Afrochella, but then also the festivals in general, is that the acts took forever to get on. Like, you're vibing, but then it's like, all right, let's come on. I want to see some performances. Like, my back hurts from standing for too long, so that was kind of a buzzkill. At some moments, the energy was a little bit low because, you know, people were tired. They're standing for a long time and they just want to see the performances. The next biggest event we attended was Afro Nation, which was a 4-day music festival on Laboma Beach. We only attended 2 of the 4 days, and we got VIP tickets as well, which was great because we were closer to the actual stage. Afronation was the smoothest entry into a festival. We had no issues. I think it was because we got there really early, which I didn't mind because it was just a really beautiful setup, and I love being by the water, so it felt really therapeutic to hear the ocean waves, hear the music. It wasn't too crowded. Just really take a moment to be in the space and enjoy it. So overall, great vibes at Afro Nation. I mean, a festival on the beach is always good in my book. All about living a balanced life. So in addition to all the turning up that we did, we also went on quite a few excursions. So in the city and across city, we went shopping at the art center, we visited Independence Square, and also visited the Kwame and Nkrumah Memorial. And then through Tastemakers, we completed a batik fabric making class, which was such a fun experience. I highly recommend it if you're there. Also went to Cocoon National Park. It's such a beautiful view on top of the canopies, so I really enjoyed that experience. Cocoon was so much fun, but after that little hike and walking across the canopies, we were so hungry. Between that and the heat, we're like, all right, let's get us some food before we head to our next destination. So if there's another thing that you really need to know about visiting Ghana, is that don't go to restaurants hungry, because most of the time it's going to take quite a bit of time to prepare your food. So if you get hangry, make sure you bring some snacks, because it's going to be a while. When we were waiting for our food, we just got to the point where we were like, okay, let's go feed some crocodiles. What are we about to do, y'all?
We about to feed some crocs. We about to feed some crocs. Hey, we about to feed some crocs. Hey, hey.
You ain't bringing out no bread, so you gotta feed some crocs.
So by the time we went to go feed some crocodiles, we got back, and then our food was there. Once we were fed, it was time for the more emotional part of our journey, which was a trip to the Elmina and Kidi slave castles. And this was my second time at Elmina, my first time at Cape Coast. But I mean, the feeling never gets old. I could feel my ancestors' spirits. And going through the door of return, able to see the life that was now there, it was a sense of hope, a sense of realization of how resilient my ancestors were, the strength that's just in my DNA. So I take all of that with me. I concluded my trip to Ghana with a visit to the eastern region, to the Ka Falls. I was with two amazing sisters from South Africa, which, if anyone knows anything about me, I love South Africa. I studied there and I worked there during grad school. And then we had our lovely guide, Cece, who led everything.
Come to Ghana.
Yes.
Yes.
How y'all feeling? Feeling amazing. Great. Like I'm living my motherfucking best life. Yes. Feel like my ancestors' wildest dreams. And parties, okay? Yeah. Look at this.
So beautiful. Thank you so much for tuning into my Ghana experience. If you are planning on visiting Ghana anytime soon, check out my blog post, which is linked below, to get all the deets on how to best prepare for your journey. As always, please subscribe, like, and tell a friend. See you soon.